It's the Canny Crafter, a bit glary. And we are back on our True Junk journal. And last time we cut down our envelope to make our cover, and we cut down all of our findings to make our pages. I'm just going to take those pages out for now. Then to one side. So I am going to cover this cover. Apologies, there's a dog barking up the street, but it's so hot in here. I've had to open my window. I would just absolutely suffocate if it's either an occasional dog bark or a very noisy fan. It's his walkie time, I think, because he does the same thing every night. So as I said in the previous video, which I will link in the description box, I got this paper pad from B&M's for £2.99, and this is what I'm going to use as my cover. Now, the way I'm going to do this is in two sections. I'm going to make a front and a back, and I'm going to leave this spine exposed, and we'll do something with that after. And that's because I found this card, well, it is technically, it's a very thick paper. It is 250 GSM. Even if you pre-score it, it'll crack and it just doesn't look very nice. So I thought if we did it in two parts and then cover the spine with something else, hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll work. So what do I want? That's a bit boring. Oh, what about the denim? I think that print might be too big. The checkies, quite, actually, if I turn it that way, you'll be able to see, but I won't be able to see both sides at once. Oh, I quite like this. And then I think that might be the contender. I think the leaves are too busy. Okay, I'm still going to go through. I think that's too subtle. Oh, I quite like this as well. I think it's going to be this one. I'm going to have that on the inside and that on the outside. You will get rid of that. So outside, I want this as the front. So pencil. We're just going to get our pencil, mark it, and mark it. Just double check them. Maybe on the outside of that line. Did I put that away? I had to. Okay. I'm just going to use this cutting mat to get my ruler straight. Craft knife. I'm quite concentrating. And again, just thin strokes until your paper gets through. And again, can you see? I'm not in frame, I do apologise. I know, I've got a feeling this is not going to be straight at all because I normally use a paper trimmer, and even then it's never straight. But we will make it work. I am a bit short left to right, However, we'll be covering that with something, so it doesn't matter. How pretty does that look? I'm turning it that way to show you, thinking you're in front of us. Okay. So we will use this as a guide because essentially they should be the same size. That's what I'm thinking. Retract the blade. The blade is retracted. So let us see. That fits better on the back than the one on the front. Actually. Decisions. I am a little bit tall, but I can sort that out after I've stuck it on. Right, let's get sticking. Now I am going to use double-sided tape. Now, oh, everything fell on the floor. Or am I going to use, I'm going to use wet glue because that'll give me more time to reposition it. So I'm just going to bring in this sheet of paper. So this is just PVA, the white school glue, in a fine tip nib bottle, which I got from AliExpress, but I'm sure I've seen them on the likes of Amazon, and you'll probably definitely get it from eBay. And my glue won't come out. Right, I'm gonna get a pen. I always keep a pen handy because you never know. Just give it a, yep, it was blocked. This is just, you know, what I give for sewing. Let's see if this makes any difference. There we go, we have glue. I'm just going around the edges. Now, get my little thing. Oh my goodness, there. And then squiggles. In the centre. And then I'm going to bring in my cover. I think that's upside down. Yes, it was. And this is why I've gone for the wet glue, because it gives you time to reposition it. And just press it down with your hands. Now, as you can see here, I'm a bit tall, and for this I am just going to come in with my scissors and cut that excess off. That bit can go in the bin. And there we have the front, lovely jubbly. We'll glue this piece. Now on to, I should have put all these out all at once. The inside, just knocked my glue over. Same thing again. Now I'm thinking about pulling my paper over a smidge just to make the most of the pattern. So if I move it up, and I'm going to cut it there, and I'm just going to come in. Can you see? A little bit thinner. So I actually want to come into about here, because I want it to fold nicely. It's a little bit taller on the top again. I don't know why I go taller on the top. It's actually a little bit wonky also, but it's the inside. But let's try and straighten this up a bit before we use it as a template. That bit away because it was a microscopic slither. That's better. And I mean, you can see a little bit of the card, but if we push it up to the top, this is my quick hack. If we push it up to the top, we could always add a pocket to the bottom. Or we could just try and centralise it. I'm thinking my best to do. Right, if we push it up to the top, we can do a pocket. So we'll do a pocket front and back. And then, I know it's short, but if we're doing a pocket front and back, we might as well just use it as a template. Now I know I'm using this paper not in the most economic of ways, however, it's the patterns that I want. So we have a front, we have a back, we have it inside, left and right. Now, more stuff is falling on the floor. I hope that was not important. What I was thinking of was using something from our collected pile just to go over the spine, give it a bit more extra strength inside and outside. But I wanted something that would bend. I'm looking at this and wondering if I can undo it. Oh, and then it's perforated too, so I can just pull it. Whoa. And then so that's an option that stuck to my finger. And then I was looking at this. Which I quite like, not the nice thick paper. Or, whoops, we have the sheet I was gluing on, which is probably what I'm going to go with, the sheet that I was gluing on. So, how wide? Probably want it half an inch. I'm working in inches now. So we want 2 strips at 1 inch. Yes. Warning you now, my maths is terrible. But come on, 2 strips at 1 inch. If that doesn't work. We have more paper. Right. I think that's going to be too small. I think we'll want 2 strips. See, I just feel like 2 inches is too big. I mean 1 inch is too big, so 2 inches. Right. Put that on one side. Let's go for 1.5. Let's see how that looks. Yep, it's 1.5. Okay, I'll just double check by folding this in half. Folding in half, which is apparently a lot harder than it looks. Place it down. Yep. So 1.5, we'll do that again. Retract the knife. I don't want to be held accountable for any injuries. And this one we'll have to fold the other way, so pretty side in, because it's going on the inside, and I have to really think about that way. So outside piece, inside piece. I'm going to bring that back in for gluing on. Just going to roughly mark where I need the glue to, because I plenty glue, because it's on the spine, it's going to get a lot of abuse. Lots of glue. Want to make sure it stays place. Now I'm just going to put this around and pinch it into place. Pretty easy up to like that. And I should have a cloth because I am now covered in glue. Hold on, I think I have wet wipes. I have a wet wipe. I don't want to put another handy dandy craft tool, wet wipe. honestly. No craft room should ever be without. Cleans your desk, cleans you, cleans stamps. Okay, so use a bit of cloth. I'm going to put that in the bin. I know. Windows will never cease, but I will throw away what I won't throw away. Sometimes I just think if it has the pattern on it, it's too precious. And the more the craft, the more you'll do that. And the more you hoard. Right. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna lift this up here. Push it in. Run along with my fingers. Just gonna close it, make sure it's right in there. Get a couple of pieces, just push them out with your fingers. Again, I'm gonna close it, make sure it closes. And then I will cover. The timer ran out and I did not realise. I apologise. So what did you miss? I don't know. Me making a right mess of this is what you missed. Right. I'm gonna have to reapply glue. I've messed on with it that much. The glue is dried. So all I did was struggle to put that in. That's all I did. Okay, I'm just going to leave that to dry flat. Now I have an awful wrinkle and I've rubbed some of the colour off. Let's see if I can. But we'll sort it. Have no fear. Right. Leave it to dry. So now we have to decide what to do for pockets. And I am again looking at my papers and I'm looking at the leaf side of this. I know I'm playing with it again. I said I was going to leave it to dry. I'm terrible. Actually, I think once the pages are in, you can really notice. I might get a bit something to cover it. Who knows? Okay. So I said I was looking at these. So bring the cutting mat back. Actually, do I dare risk it with scissors? I risked it with scissors. I'm going to have to bring this back in. That helps. I'm just going to try and do it with scissors. I'm going to be brave. I'm holding my breath. Let's see how unstraight it is on the smaller side. Look how unstraight that is. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. That's why I'm sticking with a craft knife. Okay. I think both sides are wonky. Yep. Because I cut the other side with, didn't I? So if I get one side straight, I can get the rest straight. That's my thinking. Whoops. Right. That'll do. Pencil. Okay, so I want it there and about there. Oops, got bits of card. And good. And good. And there you are, that will hide where we were short on our piece of paper. And I'm just going to do that again, so I can actually use this as a template. Okay. Now, to make a pocket is very simple. I'm just bringing in these scrappy bits of paper then. Right, Fabri-Tac is what I am going to use because this is not sticking. And this is a silicone based clip if I can get it out. And this should stick. If it doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm sure we'll think of something. Okay, so to make a pocket, for my pocket, you just glue around 3 sides. And we want it to the bottom to cover up our little indiscretion. So our glue edge went on the bottom, so did it? Yes, it did. Oh, this Mod Podge is, it's not Mod Podge. This glue is having my life. And again. To the bottom. Actually, I'm gonna have to cut this a bit smaller. No, it's this glue's just evaporating. We're due with some thunder. That's what it is. Okie dokie. Put my rubbish away. There we have our cuppa, which looks pretty from the outside. Guess what? Guess what I've done? Put the pockets in upside down. That was supposed to be the front. Now my pockets are upside down, so guess what? That's now the front. Oh lordy. Good job I didn't have a directional graphic on there. Always check which is your top, which is your bottom, which is your front, which is your back. I blame the spine, not the tearing. That's what I blame. So next video, I think we might decorate pages before we bind. Oh, it's so nice. I think that's what we might do. Because once they're in, they're harder to decorate. So, yes, next time. So remember, top tips are, you can't cut straight, use a straight rule. Check which is your back, your front, your top and your bottom. And be patient when gluing, or else you end up with a crinkly mess. But as I say, if we had done that right, that would definitely have been hidden by the last page. You know what? Never mind. Everything happens for a reason. Of course it went wrong on camera. If I wasn't filming, I would have gone perfectly fine. That is what is life. So, remember part 1 is linked below. Obviously this is part 2. Part 3 we'll be doing page decoration. So thank you so much for joining me. I've been the Kenny Crafter, and I'll see you next time. Bye!